Hello and welcome back to PixelMgc for another video. So today we're going to create an identity card of a dentist or dental clinic. So here, as per the size, I have taken 86 by 55 mm. This is a standard size in India, that is also equivalent to the size of the visiting card. So to start off, I'm just taking a ellipse tool, an ellipse tool I have taken. So here I'm just choosing an abstract design. So then I'm taking the pen tool, so making a curve out of it from the left side, and that will go through to the end of the right, like this. So three type of strips like this I am going to create, one after another, with different combination of colors. So I'm just going for the second one under it. That will just pass under the first shape, and for this shape I'm going to put it behind the first one. Now you can see that the first shape is just hidden, but if you place it behind the first one, then it will be visible again. So I'm just making some adjustments. So whenever you're going to design this kind of thing, you just make a rough idea in your mind that what we are going to design, because it will take lots of time if you directly design the whole concept on any of the software. So I'm making it, right clicking on it, no, I'm just creating another shape, the last one of the front part, the top part rather. So you have here, I have just make it two different shape, because it's not necessary to go throughout the shape as I did for the first two shape. So the second part, yeah, this is the second shape. This one I'm going to right click and arrange and send to backward. Now you can see the whole three shapes are visible now. I'll bring that ellipse to the front later. So these three combination of color what I'm going to use in this whole format. See, this round shaped ellipse will keep the photo of the employees of that clinic. Now here I'm not satisfied with the result with the curves, so I'm just making some final adjustments. And as you can see from the left side, I just did a shape which is grayish in color. That part also I'm going to draw on the right side after making all these kind of small adjustments. I'm just holding the anchor points and using the handlers, I'm just making all the adjustments. So before you that, you have to just click on the selection tool to get those anchor points and handle visible. So now it's look okay. So here I'm going for the bottom part. In bottom also I'm just going to replicate the shape because it will just to match up the whole design. Here I'm not going to use that ellipse, because that is only for meant for holding the photograph. So this wave kind of thing will continue on the bottom part. So here I'm making some adjustment using arrow key. I just make a little bit longer from the left side. Now here I'm again using the pen tool to draw the shape above that one. Here I'm close the whole shape. See, I'm just using selection tool so I can find out all the anchor points. Now it's visible. So here now I can change the color and also change the format what I need. See here, I just click that anchor point and press up arrow key to increase to just delete that gap. I'm not really delete it, I just increase the size of the below shape a little bit further towards up. Here I'm just deleted one anchor point, but I'm not satisfied with the result, so I just undo it by pressing Ctrl Z. Now I'm just working on those anchor points and handlers. Here is the place where we'll put the address of the clinic on the left side. So you don't go for very large portion of the whole thing. I'm just taking my time to get satisfied result. You can also speed enough. I didn't speed enough anything else to make you understand in a very smooth manner. Here I'm selected the selected parts and used arrow keys to adjust them. Down arrow key I have used. Now I think it will okay. You can see there are some part we just gone through that boundary. That doesn't matter. Laterally you can cut it out using clipping mask, or after saving also in JPG format we can cut it out by cropping it. The extra part what you can see, the elevated part on the button of the whole artboard. So here this portion I'm going to draw it in gray, and I'm going to put it arrange and send to back. Now it's okay. By selecting it I just used upper arrow key to make it little bit upward. Now here to have some different kind of effects, I'm just using a pentagon, sorry, a hexagon I am using, which will look like a honeybee kind of shape. I'm just holding the shape and creating holding Alt and creating copy and placing it as my desired position, and these shapes will create a abstract kind of thing, and by reducing the opacity I can use as a background of the whole ID card. Not the whole, but some part of it will have some different kind of effect. So here I'm just trying to have a equal gap in between all the shapes, so that will look little bit disciplined. This is an abstract shape, so you can also take your own design, own imagination, and put it on the canvas, on the artboard. So here I'm taking my imagination in my design. Also, you can, to practice it, you can also replicate the whole thing what I'm doing over here. I'm just trying to place it manually one by one, because I can't copy it out randomly and put it one by one. So I'm just going through one by adjusting all shapes. Now I'm selecting all the stuffs and just put it on fill is none, and just converted that outer line to sky color, sky blue. Getting some more copy out of it by holding Alt. See, now you can see that all the symbols, as I have created a outer line, all the shapes is now looking like a one single shape. As I told you, I'm going to create an abstract shape, so I'm just creating it. Till the time I'm not satisfied with the whole output. I didn't edit the whole video, that's why just going on very slowly, because if I do very fast, you may not be able to view each and every step clearly. That's why I'm not speeding up the whole video. Here I'm just making all manual adjustment. So here is the final shape what I have thought of, and I'm putting it some part to the left side in between, below the photo, and some part to the bottom side. Now going to transparency tool and reducing the opacity till 15 and 20, or you can also have 26 or 25, around like that. So it's just look like a background, transparent background, and some kind of different kind of effect it will put to the whole design. So see, now you can see how it look like. And as I said, that extra part what you can see is just going beyond the boundary of that artboard. That doesn't matter. We can just simply use the clipping mask to cut it out, or after saving it we can also cut it out by cropping it. So here I'm going for the name. Here the name will be there. Changing the fonts to Babas New, and the title should be thinner one. A different kind of effect, a different kind of design I'm going to use over here. Normally most of the ID cards are uses a single letter, but here single font and single format, but here I am using a different kind of thing. See, this is the logo of that company, but logo of that dentist, but unfortunately he didn't provided me the original version. So as you can see, there is lots of glitches in that particular images what I have got from him. So I'm just redesigning it by tracing it one by one to each of the paths. Here I am using gradient effect and making all the required adjustment of that gradient. Here I just made a little faster because this part is not much essential. You can do it, or you can also view some other video of mine where I'm traced lots of logo and created lots of logo. I think I have already uploaded 5 or 6 videos on this tracing concept, so you can go through those videos, or you can find out you can also see on screen right now on top of your video. You can go through them, how to trace and how to color them. Going from the next part, here green gradient with deep green color is used. So I'm going to apply the effect. Yeah, I'm just making it really fast because I don't want to waste your time by showing the whole logo designing, because it's the designing of the ID card rather a logo design. Here I'm reduced the opacity to see through the logo what I have tracing. Later we can increase the opacity to 100. I'm just trying to match the color combination. There is some difference, though I am just going through it because it will be put at very small size on that particular ID card. So here's the last part of the logo provided. Then I'm going to use the format of green gradient. I'm just clicking on that and using dropper tool. Here I'm making some adjustments to edit the whole gradient. You can also change the angle over there. As you can see, I'm just changing the angle. I'm not going to put all the color in that particular way what we can see on that logo provided. It should be a little bit closer one or relevant one. So this thing, I think it will be okay. So I'm just copying it out to the destination, that is our ID card artboard. So logo here I'm going to again put it in a transparent way, and here you can see the color combination just ruining the logo. So I'm going to use outline stroked 1 point and making it white so that it will be clearly visible on that particular part. But after putting it 1 point outline stroke, it will be destroying the logo format. So I just reduce it to 0.5, and the copied logo I'm going to use it on back side of the text, and it will be middle part of the ID card as a transparent image. So here I'm just typing out the name of the clinic, and again I'm going to type out the address of the clinic on the bottom part. And this portion you have to use a lighter color font so that it will be clearly visible. You can't use a deep color font, as you guys are new, and I think you should have at least that much of idea. But as a tutorial point of view, I'm just making it clear as it may will going to see by some young new designer, so that they have some kind of basic idea. So again, the format what I've used for name, the first portion little bit what bolder one, and the cleaning portion will be a thinner one. So here you can see that the smiling name is not matched with the dental clinic long word, so I'm just want to change the space between the letters for that smiling. So here I'm just using one rectangular tool, but again if I use some space, it will be, I think it will just not look best, but rather I just increase the size of smiling and reduce the size of dental clinic, so in a proper format, so that it will not look odd one. So this is the address of that clinic where I'm typing it out. It's a little bit longer, so I'm just going to reduce the size of the font so that it will fit the remaining part of the ID card, that is the bottom part. What space is remained over there, in that particular area I'm going to put it the whole address. So I just divided the whole address into 2 lines. So here I can reduce the size of the fonts. Till now I'm not satisfied, because you can see the bottom part, it's still going beyond the boundary, beyond the shape. So here I just reduce the space between the each letter by selecting them and holding Alt, pressing on left arrow key will reduce the space. If we press right arrow key, it will increase the space between letter. It's a shortcut of reducing and increasing the space. Again I'm going to tell you here, I just did selecting the line or word what you want to reduce or increase, hold Alt and then press the right arrow button to increase the size, increase the space between two letters or 2 characters though. And if you put left arrow key button, so it will, sorry, I just told the reverse. Right arrow key for increase the space, left arrow key for decrease the space. So I'm just gone through some part, like all the necessary requirements that should be placed on an ID card. I'm going to put it over there. The designation is below the name, it's medical staff. Then there is a ID number, and I'm just designing it as per the requirement of the client. So you have to keep in mind how much data we're going to put it. In that way you have to make your design. So I have, what I did is some part I'm going to put it over here as I'm typing it out, ID number and date of birth, and some portion I'll put it on right part where I have designed that honeybee kind of thing. So here I've deleted the thing because you can see the colon is not aligned with the topmost part, so I'm just deleted it out from colon. And I'm also going to do the same thing for ID part also, because it's just become a little bit difficult if you want to align it. So better to make it 2 half. In one half ID number and due will be printed, and in the next half the data. So here you can see they are right now in one line. You can also use that align to left by selecting both the shape or character. You can click on align left to make it align to the left side. So as I said, I just create a copy out of it and put it the remaining part of the remaining information on the ID card. So here I'm going to put its mobile number, and gender. Mobile number is a little bit a longer one, 10 letters are there, that's why I just moved it little bit left side. That's fine. And it's male. So I'm just making little bit bolder for the labeling, that is mobile number, gender, ID number and DOB. I'm going to make it a little bit bolder. See, all this thing you can see this similar kind of format I am used over here, from the name of the employee to the clinic name. All the informations I'm just following the same format. First part is a bolder one and the rest part is a lighter one. Now here I'm just going to put a divider kind of thing to have some different kind of effect again. Yes, that's look nice. I just made that rectangle curved one. So here I'm going to put the photo, opened it on Illustrator and now placing it on the artboard. Here I'm holding Shift to reduce it. I'm just checking it out whether it's going to place it properly over there or not. Just copy it out, that rectangle, sorry, ellipse. I'm just making some adjustment by holding both the shape. Well, I'm just making a little bit bigger one because that seems a bit smaller. By holding them, just making it downward. That's okay. Again, by holding Alt create a copy out of that ellipse, placing it properly, selecting both the shapes and making that fill to none of the rectangle, selecting both the shape, right click and create clipping mask. Now I can see he just cut it out the whole thing into a circular shape, the photo. Right now I want to just place that logo underneath the information. I'm going to reduce the opacity of that logo and send it to backward. You can see, right click, arrange and send to back. It simply goes behind the text. Now I'm just reducing the opacity to very low, around 15 or 16 like that. That's look nice. So in this way you can design, the whole design is ready. So later on you can have more data for if you have lots more data or some ID card format to make for a group of employee. Now that template, that format what I've created first, that thing will be used very easily. Just type it out and change all the names and all the information as per the employee. So again, I'm just creating another artboard. By selecting this, I'm just dragging it down to the newly created artboard. You could also edit the artboard and add the whole thing over there, but to stay away from confusion, I'm just created another page, deleting the information what I don't need and just editing the information what I need as per the next employee. Here I'm also doing the same thing, creating clipping mask out of that ellipse. See, right now it's okay. Simply just make the fill of that ellipse or any shape you want to create a clipping mask of. Just make it unfill and make it stroke fill. Done. By selecting both the shape, right click and make clipping mask, then done. Your output is ready. Now I'm going to change all the names as per the new employee. And you can see all the information need to be changed because he is not medical staff, he is the doctor. So all the relevant information what I get from the client, that thing will be placed on this card. So here the doctor format is a little different. Here he has suggested don't put any ID over there, put blood group, but in the final output, because this ID card I have already designed and I'm just redesigning it again. On the final output as per the client request, I just made some little bit changes. As I said, there is ID number but it was not provided to me, that's why I'm not keeping it out or not putting over here. I'm just going through the whatever data they have given. On that basis I'm going through. Laterally you can edit. Now all the things are done. So here I'm not use the clipping mask, though I just saved it on JPG format. And now here by click on, I'm just open the file by Microsoft Picture Editor. Here I'm just cropping it, or you can also use the clipping mask tool what I have used for cutting out those photos. A rectangle of 85 or 86 by 55 mm and apply that one on Illustrator to create a clipping mask, so your work will be done. Now after completing this is the final output. I'm going to use mockup file to represent the final output. So here I am just open Photoshop and you can see the final output, how it will be going to look like whenever a actual ID card will be produced. So here is the output what I can see on screen. So if you like this video, click on like button and subscribe my channel if you want this kind of interesting video in future. So also don't forget to click on the bell icon to have the notification of newly added video. Thank you for today. Have a good day. Thank you.